The brain is a complex and vital organ that serves as the command center of the central nervous system in humans and many other animals. It controls and coordinates various bodily functions, including movement, thoughts, emotions, and sensations. Here are some key points about the brain. 1. Structure. The human brain is a soft, spongy mass of tissues that weighs about 1.4 kilograms, 3 pounds, on average. It is protected by the skull and is composed of approximately 86 billion neurons, nerve cells, and even more glial cells that support and nourish the neurons. 2. Divisions. The brain is divided into several main regions: the cerebrum, cerebellum, and brainstem. The cerebrum, the largest part, is responsible for higher-level functions such as consciousness, perception, memory, and voluntary movement. The cerebellum plays a crucial role in motor coordination and balance, while the brainstem controls basic functions like breathing, heart rate, and digestion. 3. Hemispheres. The cerebrum is divided into two hemispheres, the left and the right, which are connected by a bundle of nerve fibers called the corpus callosum. Each hemisphere controls the opposite side of the body, and they have distinct functions. The left hemisphere is generally associated with language, logic, and analytical thinking, while the right hemisphere is involved in creativity, intuition, and spatial awareness. 4. Lobes. Each hemisphere of the cerebrum is further divided into 4 lobes: frontal, parietal, temporal, and occipital. These lobes are responsible for different functions. For example, the frontal lobe is involved in decision-making, planning, and motor control, while the temporal lobe is associated with hearing and memory. 5. Neurons and synapses. Neurons are the fundamental building blocks of the brain. They communicate with each other through electrical and chemical signals across tiny gaps called synapses. This complex network of connections allows for the transmission of information and the integration of various sensory inputs. 6. Plasticity. The brain exhibits a remarkable ability to adapt and change in response to experiences. This neuroplasticity allows for learning and memory formation. It also enables the brain to reorganize itself after injuries, such as stroke or trauma, by forming new connections or routing functions to undamaged areas. 7. Blood supply. The brain requires a constant supply of oxygen and nutrients to function properly. It is nourished by a rich network of blood vessels, including the carotid arteries and vertebral arteries, which deliver oxygenated blood to the brain cells. 8. Disorders and diseases. The brain can be affected by various disorders and diseases, including neurodegenerative conditions like Alzheimer's disease, Parkinson's disease, and amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, ALS. Other brain-related disorders include epilepsy, stroke, migraines, and mental health conditions like depression, anxiety, and schizophrenia. 9. Research techniques. Scientists study the brain using various techniques, including neuroimaging methods such as functional magnetic resonance imaging, fMRI, electroencephalography, EEG, and positron emission tomography, PET. These tools allow researchers to visualize brain activity and map different functions. Understanding the brain is a fascinating and ongoing field of research, and advancements in neuroscience continue to deepen our knowledge of this complex organ and its role in human cognition and behavior.